Hello and welcome to this next video where we'll talk about more advanced, harder, difficult checkmates. Not the queen and king, rook and rook, but more into the minor pieces mates. So if you ever encounter these positions, we'll go through them today. And you might be wondering, so we'll be doing the knight bishop checkmate and the bishop bishop checkmate. But you might be wondering why there's no two knight checkmates. That's because it's practically impossible to mate with two knights unless the opposing king helps you in the process of mating. Or if there's a pawn which maybe traps the king itself. But that's not needed to be known. Usually the positions don't go that far. But if these two positions may come, then it's best to know what to do when you're in these positions. And so now we'll go through each of them. So now on our screen we have a knight and bishop. So what you want to do in these kind of positions is you want to try and use your king and like block that king as much as possible. For the first move would be f3, so that this is f3. I won't try and use chess notations right now. I'll just say what kind of moves you want to do. Then let's say the black king moves there. Then we want to try and block the king as much, so we could either go here, however this allows this. We could go here, which blocks this position, forces it there. So I think this is the best move one can do. Then let's say if it goes here, then we still want to use our king, because you see how the bishop, it's blocking this square, but this square can be escaped, so we want to use our king and block it. Then it moves down. I think that's forced move. Then we move our knight. The bishop is protecting this, so the bishop is sealed. And then using our knights, we can move it to e3. So, sorry, here. Because then it provides this square is also another blocked. So then this square would be blocked if we move here. So these squares are blocked by the knight. This is from the king. It could go here or here. So let's say if the king goes there, down. Then now we can actually use our bishop and block the king here. So this would be the next best move. So it would go down forced, most likely. Yeah, it's forced move. Then using our king, once again, as I said, you just want to break down the position. You move down here. Forced once again. Then seeing as our bishop is already blocking this square, the king will be blocking this 3. You can just use your king again to block these 3. So the king does not escape here. So before it could have escaped here, but it didn't. So using this, you're just forcing him to get into that corner. That's what you want to try and do. Then using your bishop, you just want to create a check. You could also just go down here. However, then this can happen. So you want to stay anywhere basically on this file. Doesn't matter really, I think. Should not matter where you put your bishop, even if you put it back here, it's the same thing. But we don't want to focus on that right now, so we'll go to here. Ignore this. And then the king is forced once again. And then now it's mate in 2. Maybe you can see it, but using the knight, we would check here. It forces the king here. And then there's one move, checkmate. So that's how you can do bishop and knight checkmate. Now we'll go into bishop and bishop. So as you can see here, we have a bishop, 2 bishops checkmate. So the bishop checkmates, as you can see, bishops, they're covering, these bishops at least are covering these squares, so it's blocked off. So you don't want to do this, because then it can just escape once again. Or it can, yeah, it just can escape. You don't want that to happen, so you can go here, just make it go in, you know. It's forced. These squares are blocked by the king. These are blocked by the bishops, so it's forced here. So by going here is a simple good move. Or even playing g5 with this bishop, so g5. That's also a good move. Here, this is good move, this is good move. This move, it provides, it's the same move, you just don't want to change the position much. And then the king is, it could go there. And then using the other bishop or king, there's many moves you can do here. It's a quicker mate than the knight and bishop, so you can move your king here, here. The only problem with moving your king here is you're allowing it to escape. So let's just play a move like f2 just to take these 3, and then this is blocked, so it's forced. And then you'd move your other bishop because you want to try and block off as much as you can. And as you see, this bishop is controlling this file. This one has not been controlled yet, but we will get to that. King will have to move up. Then you want to just play a check using this one, that's why we moved it. So you could just play this nice check. And it's forced down, and this is mate. So it's all king blocks. Yeah, so this is how you do bishop and bishop mate. These are obviously complicated checkmates, which we've talked about today, but if it could be unlikely, but you may come up with this in a position. So think about what I've said in these videos. It can be useful for the future when you're doing more advanced checkmates in positions which are unfamiliar, like these. Because if I'm being honest, I've never had these positions in a over-the-board game, OTB game, but it could happen. So practice them well if you need to, and obviously please know your easier beginner checkmates. And hopefully you find this video useful. Thank you.